Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, and welcome to, well, of course, it's a Sports Wise veteran featuring Ralph. Might recognize Ralph from
Hey, hey,
Grinding His
hey.
Gears. Fun show
Yep.
he does. You think it, he says it. But I got
Facts.
Ralph. You know the only reason I have Ralph on here, we talk sports, but the number one thing I had a countdown going for this yesterday. We were texting each other back and forth last week saying it's coming out. No, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that. The 49ers schedule came out. I got chills. I wish I was joking. I really have chills looking at this schedule. We're going to do this just simple. We've got only 30 minutes. We're going to try not to use all of it, but we're going to go week 1 to week 18. We're going to say, hey, this is what we're looking forward to. That's what we're looking for. What are we looking at? So let's start off. They threw a great game at us. And we all know why it's the number one game or the Monday Night Football game. We're hoping he can last more than 4 plays. But it is A.A. Ron and the New York Jets against the San Francisco 49ers. The, I feel sorry for the man. I do. This defense is going to come out and prove something this season. And Aaron's the first target. Not saying targeting, not saying bounty gate, but this defense is coming down, pinning its ears back. Hufungus coming back. Greenlaw's not going to be back. He didn't, I don't think so, but Fred's coming back, and he's coming back with a vengeance, and he has something to prove now that he has a little baby girl with him now. He's going to come back. What do you think? How we looking on Monday Night Football? The 8:15 game. Two plays. You
Two
think he's going to?
words.
Oh,
Two
I was like
words. Leonard Floyd.
Leonard Floyd. Let's keep
Leonard
going.
Floyd was the person who tackled A. Ron last year on Monday night when he blew his Achilles.
Where's
When
Leonard
he
Floyd at
when
now?
he played for the Buffalo Bills, and now I think Johnny Lynch got him in free agency.
Hmm.
So
Bol-
when
Bolstering up
Aaron
that defense.
so when Aaron looks on the other side of the line and looks over and sees 56, the same dude who ended his season 4 plays into it last year, it's gonna be in his head. Oh my God. But fortunately, he's gonna be playing in Santa Clara, which has natural grass, which gives, so the Niners will be able to beat him up for 60 minutes.
Oh, that's going to be nice to watch. I mean, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not rooting against anybody getting hurt bad or anything, but a broken leg isn't a bad thing. I mean, they recover all day from it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But Aaron Rodgers is going to come out and trying to prove something too. If he's worth that money, if he's worth being the GM, I'm sorry. If he's worth being the quarterback, he's not the GM of that team. He only got the players that he wanted on that team. But I think we're coming out after that. I don't think if you and I aren't over it, I don't think the players are even close to being over that Super Bowl. And they're coming out with something to prove.
Yes. I
So
mean, let's
pin
also talk about Travarius Ward and Sauce Gardner, right? Sauce, sit down on the sofa, watch the playoffs like the rest of America, and keep the Niners out your mouth, just like Will Smith said. And I'm so glad Travarius Ward said what he said. Because, Sauce,
fact.
you haven't done nothing.
No,
Nothing. So until
nope,
you can get to football past January, stop talking.
fact. All right, let's move on to. So we're obviously saying that's a W.
W. And we're going to
Okay.
be humble enough to say when our Niners are not going to get
Oh
the
yeah,
dub.
they're not going 17-0. I know
No,
this. No, no, they're not the 72 Dolphins.
no.
All right, let's go to week 2. And again, I don't want to say this is we're going to be playing in a dome. We're going to be playing the purple. No, we're playing. They got a rookie,
They
JJ
do.
McCarthy.
They do.
They are going to eat him for lunch in Minnesota. Again, great quarterback. I like what he did with Michigan, but the NFL is a different beast. Big Ten football is great, but it's not the pro football. It's not the NFL. Jim
Nope.
Harbaugh taught him well. Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth.
Facts.
And I think these guys, again, a vengeance game. They whooped our ass last year. I think it's coming back, and we're going to get it back. They had Kirk Cousins. No, was that Dobbs in that game?
No, they had Kurt. They had
It
Kurt.
was,
Kurt
okay.
sliced us up in that game on Monday night. It was
Yep.
embarrassing. It was embarrassing. And that's the first game that we were calling for the defensive coordinator's name. I forgot his name already.
He's
It's
gone.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
But yes, they sliced us up.
So I think they're going to beat up on this kid, and I feel sorry for him. Your second game in the NFL, and you're going to have to face the 49ers defense. It happens.
Yep, that's a dub.
That's a dub. Next up, week 3, September 22nd. in Levi South. We're playing the Rams at their home, but our home, because for some reason we always have 60% of the field or of that stadium with red. It's going to be fun. You got an aging quarterback. You got no receiver. Well, Puka Nakua is a great receiver. I'll give him that. Their defense a little suspect. Again, division. This is the first division game this early, week 3, and it's in LA. I think it's a dub. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's a dub, but divisional games are not created equal. It doesn't matter what the records are. We know the three most hated teams that Niner fans hate are the Rams, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. Period. So it
Yep.
doesn't matter what their records are. They know each other so well. Each team can have a bad season, but still play each other very hard, even if the team that they're playing is fighting for playoff position or whatever, and the other team is out of contention. They all play each other hard.
Yeah. And
So I always say divisional games are they're a coin flip. But I do give the edge to the Niners and Levi South. I call that a dub as well.
okay. Now we're bringing some new people home. So we're going to do home, away, away, home. And we're bringing in something that we as fans haven't seen in 20 plus years. No hoodie, no Bill Belichick on the sidelines. We're bringing the Patriots to Levi Stadium. They, I don't know what's going on with that franchise. Once Tommy Brady left, they went down the crapper. Was it Tom or was it Bill? Obviously, I mean the Lombardi Trophy spoke. It was Tom. He's the one that had everything going, and that happens. The game I think has passed Bill Belichick by. He hasn't evolved. He hasn't captured onto the new players. I mean, they're as old as his grandson. So I mean, no Mac Jones, no another new quarterback,
Rookie.
another rookie, and I feel bad
Mm-hmm.
for him. So that's a dub.
Yep. No
Easy.
O line in New England. Rookie quarterback. Rookie head coach. I see the Niners running away with this easily.
This might be an ugly game. This might be that Miami game last year when they beat the brakes off Denver. Week 5,
Yes.
staying at home, bringing in probably divisionally besides the 49ers. I'm kind of scared to say it, but adding Marvin Harrison Jr., bringing in the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, I don't know if he's going to be starting at that point, if he's still going to be in the game or he's going to be playing Call of Duty, trying to figure out the playbook. I don't know, but Marvin Harrison, I'm already going to call it. I think he's going to be the offensive rookie of the year this year, but I think
Oh,
he's going to,
oh,
right there, right off the
bold
bat, just jump
prediction. Bold
bold.
prediction, huh? All
But
right. I like it.
I think he's going to be Larry Fitzgerald. He's going to have all that talent. And it's going to be wasted there in Phoenix, and that sucks for especially for Larry. Larry was one of the best receivers ever, but it couldn't make. I mean, I feel sorry for him. So I'm going to say they have a good defense. This might be a coin toss. This might be that. Let's see. That's week 5
Week 5.
in October. The fog's starting to roll in. I'm going to call it. It's going to be a dub. That's a win. What do you got?
Yeah, I got it as a win as well. I think the Niners are going to overwhelm Arizona, and they're going to overwhelm Sauce, or excuse me, not Sauce Gardner, Marvin Harrison Jr. They'll just match Travaris Ward on them, call it a day, and neutralize them. Easy day stuff. Kyler Murray's going to run around the pocket like a chicken with his head cut off. He may make a play or two that's broken, but nah, it's not enough to beat the Niners team.
No. All right, another divisional matchup. We got what? Three out of the 4 games from week 7 or week 3 to week 6 is a divisional game. We go up to the Pacific Northwest. We face the Seattle Seahawks. Excuse me, I don't like to curse on this show, but every time I see them, all I see are bit. So we're playing Seattle. That's one team we all know. You said the division games everybody hates. Russell Wilson ruined it for me. I cannot stand
Thanks.
Seattle. I can't stand Pete Carroll, but that's another team. They've got a new coach. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun playing up in Seattle, and that is a Sunday Prime Video. So that's a Thursday night game, it looks like. Yep, Thursday
I don't
night
have the
game.
date out yet. Thursday night. Yep.
So that's going to be a fun game. Short week between divisional games. Yeah, 4 days later, they're going to be playing. It's still going to be fun. This is going to be, Seattle's been playing better the last couple of years. They've been putting up a fight. I was gonna say EJ Moore. Why am I running a blank on their quarterback?
Oh, you're talking. I forgot his name too. That's how
There,
irrelevant he is.
he played for the Jets, got his jaw broke.
Yeah, he did. I forgot. And
Well,
we're probably
he
gonna
was.
get made fun of for forgetting.
That's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind. I still think it's a W.
So
So
here's where we differ, right? I think this is where we take our first L, right? Not
okay.
because we can't compete with them. It's let's be straight. Playing in Seattle is not easy,
Oh no, no, that
right? It's
place is
not
loud.
easy. Loud. Loomis Field is one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL. I hate going up there every year and having to play them. You don't know if it's raining because it's probably going to be raining. It's the
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest. I don't like it up there. I hate it up there. I think that there's going to be some controversial call that's going to cost us this game. I think we take our first L here, and it's not going to be because of lack of effort. I just think the ball's just not going to bounce our way in this game.
Okay. Let's move on to week 7. They're already talking about it. Social media, ESPN, Fox, FS. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Super Bowl rematch, Super Bowl." No, it's not. It's week 7. It's a week
Facts.
7 football game. That's all it is. We are playing Kansas City in Levi's Stadium. There's going to be some bad blood. There might be some hits after the whistle. Maybe they got a little delayed
That's all
reaction.
right. They'll shake it off if there's bad blood.
They'll shake it. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to call holding penalties on Kansas City this time.
Hey, the most penalized team for holding in the regular season, but two Super Bowls in a row, 0 holding penalties. Yeah,
Suspect like.
okay. We'll leave
So,
that alone.
but I think this is where we're taking our first loss. For me, you already got it with Seattle the week before. What do you think?
I think the Niners avenge the Super Bowl loss and get a dub here, but it still doesn't carry the same weight that a Super Bowl would. And I think it's not going to mean anything to anybody.
No.
Except exactly for what you said, week seven, and that's about it. But I do think we bounce back from the Seattle loss because we're going to have an extra 3 days of rest. We're having a Thursday night game. You give Kyle a little more preparation time. I think that's going to be the factor in getting this dub.
All right. Well, let's move on to week 8. Now, we've played them, I think, 3 years in a row, playoffs and regular season. This is always a fun one. This is where the most trash talk and the most, I don't want to say cockroaches, because I have friends that are Dallas fans, but they just seep up out of nowhere and start talking their trash until the third quarter, and then they go back down and quit talking because they get that. I mean, I don't want to curse. I don't want to do it. But Dak is not Dak's a number 14 ranked quarterback. He is not a $60 million man. The Dallas Cowboys did nothing in the offseason. They got Zeke Elliott back. That's what they did in the offseason. That's their biggest signing. While everybody else was getting better, they got the Ewok looking dude, and they didn't do anything. And it's disappointing to the fans. I think Jerry Jones needs to step away from the football team as a general manager. And Dallas has all the pieces in place. They're just mismanaged. So Mike McCarthy is not the coach for them. And Jerry Jones is not the general manager. Owner, cool. Be a billionaire, be the businessman that got you the money, but you're not right for today's football, the Bill Belichick thing. What you got?
This is the stereotypical annoying little brother that just will not leave us
They
alone.
won't. They will not go away.
Right?
I was
Like
talking
we've
go ahead.
ended your season 2 years straight. We
Ah.
own you guys. You just go away if you haven't improved your team. Go fire Mike McCarthy, get rid of Dak, and try a reboot. But Dallas, you are not in the elites. The elites, I have the elites as San Francisco, Kansas City, Baltimore, and Detroit. And
Yeah.
Dallas is not nowhere near that. They're a great regular season team. They're the James Harden of the NFL. I'll have a great regular season, but the moment the playoffs come, I'll just choke. I'll choke because I suck. Right. And that's it. Mike McCarthy's stale offense is just garbage.
It's done. So that's a dub for me, though.
Garbage.
That's a win. Week 9.
Facts. Same here.
Yep. Week 9, we got the bye. Then we roll into, and like I said
Bye.
before, we roll into week 10, Veterans Day weekend. And I think it's just funny. We were talking before we went on recording. Last year, you came down to Jacksonville to watch the 49ers and the Jaguars play Veterans Day weekend. Just so happens they're going to be 2 hours down the road from here, Raymond James Stadium, playing Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's a scary
And who's
team.
going to be there? We are going to be there.
Fact.
Hashtag probably do a show from location. We need to do a show from location
We
because
will
we're going to
do
go
it.
to Raymond James.
We're going to do a show from Raymond James Stadium. I can't
There it
guarantee.
is.
I cannot guarantee there's going to be cursing. There may be
Yeah. Oh,
libations.
yes.
So,
Yes.
but yes, there will be a show from there. This is a scary team. They have been getting better and better and better. Baker Mayfield found his third wind, and he's actually a leader on this team. I'm scared about this game. Now they're going to win because we're going to be there, but still, I think this is going to be a closer game than anybody thinks it will be. So it's a W for me. What you think?
Yeah, I got a W as well. The only thing Tampa's got going for them is the fact that the Niners got to travel 3,000 miles, 5,000 miles across the country. That's it.
Yep.
And it's a 1 o'clock game. You know, the Niners usually, they don't come together on 1 o'clock games till about 2:30. So
Yep.
I do think it's a dub. I think it's going to be a great time. I'm glad I'm going to be on location with my brother from another mother in Tampa Bay from Raymond James Stadium. I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to having a great time.
All right, week 11, November 17th. We are at home at Levi Stadium, and we're bringing Seattle into our house. We're sorry for what's going to happen to you for payback for the game that you just beat us at. That's it. This is where Brock
Yes.
Purdy is going to start throwing. I'm not saying he's not Tom Brady. He's not Joe Montana. He's not Steve Young. He's Brock Purdy. He's number 262. He's Mr. Irrelevant. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder, and the kid's going to try and get paid this year. So he's going to ball out this year, and I think this is where it all comes together. This is a big rivalry game for the 49ers. Division games left after that. There's only 2 more division games. So the division could be won right now because I don't see LA putting up a fight, and I don't see Arizona putting up a fight. This could be the division clincher right here. And I think Purdy, Brandon Ayuk, everybody's going to come out and just start balling in this game. So this is going to be a payback game. I'm sorry to my boy Josh Paulman, huge Seattle Seahawks fan, but it's a wrap. It's a wrap. That's it. They've got it. What do you got?
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. Come home game, revenge game from losing up in the Pacific Northwest. Seattle normally they don't play well in Levi for
Nope.
good reason. So yeah, I got a W for San Francisco here as well.
All right. Next is the Gordillo House Bowl, is what I like to call it. This is where
Another on location game.
I'm hoping it's on location, or we're going to be cold as F. But San Francisco at the hallowed grounds of Lambeau Field, the Green Bay Packers. We're going to be shredding some cold ass cheese up there. It's going to be cold. Is it going to be the game like where Kaepernick came out with no sleeves on and ran all over them? No. Jordan Love is starting to come into his own. They did the right thing with having him sit for a few years behind Aaron. Aaron didn't want to teach him the same thing he dealt with Brett Favre. Brett didn't want to teach him. But Jordan Love, I think, is going to be competitive this year. He's going to be in the top. He'll be in the top 5 for NFC quarterbacks for just overall stats. But again, that defense, you get hit when it's cold. You got a Fred Warner, a Nick Bosa, anybody hitting you. Those are large gentlemen, and it's cold. It's going to be bad. This is going to be won by a field goal. This is Jake Moody making up for the Super Bowl. Going back, he's going to be playing in the cold. That's where he went to college at. Not there. He played in Michigan, but what do you think? Is your wife going to be mad at you after this game?
Oh, this game is going to be amazing. Again, another on location game. Tina and I plan on attending this game. Hopefully, you and Monica can be there as well. If you haven't been to the Lambeau Field, man, the atmosphere is amazing. It is probably it's the best football atmosphere ever. Outside the atmosphere, it's going to be an awesome game. I do think the Niners will edge out Green Bay in overtime in Lambeau on that day. I think Green Bay is going to be looking ahead because 3 days later they have the Thanksgiving Day game.
Yep.
So I think they're going to be looking ahead to try to get ahead, and the Niners are going to come up and sneak up on them. There's going to be enough talent on the Green Bay sideline to keep them competitive, but I do think it's going to be close. I do think it could possibly be an overtime game, but the Niners will get out, pull the dub out, and the partying afterwards is going to be amazing to watch all the Green Bay fans cry like a bunch of babies.
Facts.
But
Facts.
they are a great fan base
That's
because
sa-
when we went to Lambeau last year, they were hospitable. They wanted to have fun. They accepted you. So, hey, shots out to the Green Bay fan base. They are awesome at Lambeau. I love it. That's why we're going back this year. It's
nice.
amazing.
Well, that's the same thing. I mean, when we went to the Jags game. I mean, those fans, they knew they were going to get beat, but we know we weren't John back and forth. They weren't being disrespectful or anything. Sure, me and you carried a 49ers flag through their group and tailgate. Well, whatever. Nobody was rude to us and we weren't rude to them.
Yeah.
But let's keep going. We got about 14 minutes. We got to get through the next couple weeks.
Okay.
All right. We just got into December 1st. Back-to-back road games, back-to-back cold games. We're going to Buffalo. I think this is an L. It's
I
going to be
agree.
cold. This is going to be one of those games where they've got something to prove. They want to take down Goliath. And I think the
Yep.
49ers at that point are going to be a 2-loss, maybe 3-loss team. They're going to be the team that everybody's looking up to right now in the NFC. They want to go off it. Josh Allen is going to have a game. We're not used to the cold. So I mean, losing's okay. Losing makes you stronger.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is going to be a win, but it's not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be
No.
like a couple blowouts we dealt with last year.
No, it's Buffalo. I think is going to get this game. We're coming after traveling from Green Bay, cold weather game, going home for a couple of days, and then going right back out to Buffalo for another cold weather game. And Orchard Park. I don't know if you've ever been to Orchard Park or
No.
the area of Orchard Park. It is. I pass the stadium every time I go out to Niagara to go fishing, and it is like a few miles from the lake, and it is cold out there. It is a different cold. I've been out there in December, been out there in January and March. It is a different cold. I don't care who you are. It's different than Lambeau. It's different in Chicago. That cold comes right off of the lake, one of the Great Lakes, and it is cold.
Yeah.
So I don't blame the Niners. I don't want to say they're going to lay down, but I don't blame them if they don't come out and get the dub. But it's going to be a tough game.
Okay.
But I do
Next
have it
up,
as an L.
that's an L.
Yep.
Next up is week 14, December 8th. This is the Mooney Bowl. This is Monica's a Bears fan. I'm a 49ers fan. She's coming over to our side.
Town.
But this is gonna there was a question that the number one draft pick asked, and he went, who? Purdy who? He's about to find out in this game. He's gonna get worked.
Facts.
That defense is gonna beat the brakes off of him. And I think this you always have to have a hot take. I'm saying 5 touchdowns thrown in that game to let him know I'm Purdy, just letting you know. But the defense is
Hot
going
take alert. Hot take alert. 5 touchdown passes for Purdy in the Chicago game. 5
I'm calling it. They're at
touchdown
home.
passes. Purdy who? Purdy who? 5 touchdowns.
You're going to find out real soon. And I'm just saying it because what did Caleb Williams do with USC when primetime big games?
Cried.
Nothing. I'm all about emotion. I get that. But what did you do on the field? You didn't do anything on the field. I feel bad for the Chicago fans. They had a quarterback. They had Justin Fields is a hell of a quarterback. If you would have put the same pieces that they have now around Justin Fields, that's a wild card team. But they did not want to stay with Justin Fields. Cool. All right, we're running about 12 minutes. That's a W. That's
Okay.
a win. That's a win.
Yep.
Next up, we're having another divisional game. We're bringing the Rams back into San Francisco. They're not going to learn anything from their last game. I'm not even looking at the previous games they had. This is the W.
Yeah, I agree. W. Even though it's a tough divisional game, and we'll sweep Shanahan owns McVay. McVay got lucky that we dropped the interception in an NFC Championship game, or else he would have never had that Super Bowl.
Right.
But yeah, Shanny owns McVay, so I think that's a W.
This is going to be another fun one to watch. This is when we travel to the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, going to play the Miami Dolphins, the fastest team in the NFL. the fastest team. Tua Tagovailoa didn't get injured last year. Tua Tagovailoa, they're making a big deal here in Florida. Oh, they got Odell Beckham Jr. I'm going to pull a Caleb Williams. Who? He hasn't done anything since he tore his ACL in the Super Bowl. Yes, he was in the Super Bowl. Yes, he got a ring. Good on him. But Odell Beckham Jr. is a shell of what he used to be. And I get it. He's trying to chase rings. Great. Do the LeBron route. I get it. You're trying to make a legacy. I get it. But this is a fast team. Tyreek Hill is fast. Tua Tagovailoa he's getting that same, not as quick, but the same kind of Dan Marino release right there in the pocket. He's become more of a pocket passer than he is a rusher. But he's not going to have the linebacker. I don't think Miami's going to play any linebackers like the 49ers have. That's going to be rushing after him.
And by then, we should have Dre Greenlaw back as well. People forget about Dre.
And that's going to be week 16. That's going to be warming up. That's going to be Dre should be back for about 2 games. I think I can see him coming back for the Bears game and just chomping at the bit, ready to go. But I'm still going to say that's a loss. We got to be humble right before the playoffs.
Yep. I agree.
Next up is the fun one. Week 17, the last Monday Night Football game of the year. This is going to be fun. This is going to be biting their kneecaps. This is going to be just rah, 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 rah. They're playing the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. It's always fun, and they're pissed about last year still. They are mad. This is going to be one of those. I think a loss right here would actually do the 49ers good. I'm saying back-to-back losses.
I agree. And if I was Shanny, you know what I would do to play psyche on Dan Campbell? I would just sit people.
Oh.
I would dude, yeah, go away. I'm just gonna sit, rest my guys. I mean, because right now we got Arizona in the last week of the season. You're at 12 wins at this point.
Division's wrapped up.
Yeah, I would just sit people and just hey, you're not as good as you think you are, Detroit.
Well, if he does that, all the social media general managers are going to start calling for Shanny's head. They're not looking at the future. So I could have done this better. No, you couldn't have. Oh, I would have drafted. No, you couldn't have. We're fans. We're fanatics. We're the guys that are going to be sitting here. We're Monday morning quarterbacking the whole thing. But there's not a damn one of us that can sit there on the sideline, make those decisions the way Shanahan does, the way John Lynch does. That's why they're paid, and that's where we're paying to watch them.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's an L. It's an L. Yeah. Whether Shanahan sits people or don't, it's an L. It's a psyche game. I think. I agree with you. I think an L would be good here. Let little brother think they can win, and let's get into the playoffs. Exactly.
We'll see you again.
Yep.
And that's going to lead us to the last game of the season. It's TBD. It's week 18, so everything's TBD on that week. But we're playing the Cardinals. That's a win.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4:00 game. There's no special flex or anything because the Cardinals are going to be irrelevant, man. I have the Niners at 13-4 going into next year. So, as a number 1 seed again.
Number 1, yeah. Getting that bye week right afterwards. So basically, after the loss to Detroit on Monday Night Football, we're going to have 2 bye weeks in a row with Arizona, and then the wild card bye week.
Yep.
Or the number 1 seed bye week, and then we roll in the division series. And I know this team is still hurting. I know I'm still hurting. I'm still bitter over it. Somebody's like, "Hey, remember the Super Bowl?" Shut your mouth. I don't identify that as my Super Bowl. Okay. I went back on Madden the other day and was playing it just to make myself feel better. And I still mismanaged the clock while playing. Monica looked at me. She's like,
"Did you lose in overtime?"
Not even overtime. I had 9 seconds left and I hit the wrong button. And she's looking at me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "This game's stupid." So, but this gets us excited. I mean, we got preseason football. I don't have the preseason here. I know we playing the Raiders are the last game. We got Tennessee and.
Yeah, I got let me see. I'm pulling the preseason up. I think I have it on here. Yeah, it's Tennessee, New Orleans, and the Raiders.
Right. I was hoping it'd be in New Orleans for the preseason game because I'd drive a little bit. I mean, no, I wouldn't. It's a 9-hour drive.
Not for a preseason game.
Not for a preseason. If I was still in Pensacola, yeah.
Yeah, not for a preseason game.
So, this is May 16th. Way too early. We are Granted, 3 months away from that's it.
That's it.
3 months
Let's
away
go.
from football,
Love
but
football.
it's way too early. I mean, me and you have been doing these shows since the playoffs and jumping
Hmm.
on here and there and talking our business, but football is year round. And this is something that I know I do. I look forward to it. This is something me and you texting back and forth, schedule this or this or that or this. It's here. Now all we got to do is OTAs, training camp, and kick it off for real.
That's it.
So we're looking about 4 minutes left. So I'm not saying the Super Bowl. I'm never going to predict that because every time I do, we lose. I want a good, healthy season. I want to start with the same players that we end with. I want Hufanga to finish the season. I want basically Baby Palomalu to finish the season strong. I want us to win. I don't know. I can't deal with this heartache for 4 in a row. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm giving up on them. We lived through the Alex Smith years, the Mike Nolan, the seven head coaches in 8 years. Poor Alex Smith,
Yep.
but I can't do it. I'll still do it. I mean, it's faithful don't run, but it hurts. So I think we're gonna end this real quick, and I'm gonna get to editing, uploading, dinner time, and whatnot. But thanks, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. We look forward to football season with everybody here. This is one thing I love doing. This is what brings people together is sports. Liking or hating a team, you're still together, still talking about it. That's what brings, as long as you don't get hateful about it and you guys realize what greatness looks like. I'm just letting you know he wasn't traded. Rocking
I
the
know.
Brandon Ayuk.
And
But
can I say something really quick on that note, man?
do your
Uh,
thing.
I love the fact that we went to the Jacksonville game last year. We definitely need to get a hold of Willie Cordova and see if he can join us at the Tampa Bay game this
That
year.
would that
And I hope and pray that you, me, Monica, and Tina can go enjoy this Green Bay atmosphere. It's awesome, man, to just travel and go to these games and talk the smack and be passionate and have fun and you know to be blessed to do this stuff because not everybody
fact.
can, man.
No.
And it's great. It's fun. I love it. And I look forward, whether we're at Tampa, Green Bay, or whatever, and sitting there and doing this, having some drinks, talking some trash. Love it. Can't
Yep.
wait to do it. And if there isn't one person that I wouldn't want to do it with besides my wife, then you, bro, and your wife and your family. But I can't wait. I love
I
that
can't.
stuff.
Me too. This has been
Yeah.
fun. I'm already, like I said, already looking forward to the Tampa game. Already looking forward to the Oakland game or Oakland, Green Bay. Might as well be Oakland. But
Facts.
Tina's not over there, is she?
No, she's at work.
Okay, good. Uh, so, um, we got to end this. So, hey,
Yep.
again, guys, remember you're inspiring somebody no matter what you do. So keep doing the right thing, keep inspiring, keep doing the things, and enjoy football and enjoy sports, but just have fun. That's all we ask for. This has been the Sportswise Veteran Show, along with grinding his gears, Ralph. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later. Bye now.